Guys, I'm coming on the road. I would love to see you. We've been having a blast. Just go to salvulcanocomedy.com for all tickets. I'm at the Ryman in March 11th. The next day, I am at the Tivoli Theater in Chattanooga. Then we got all sorts of fun stuff. We got Louisville. We got Evansville. We got Tulsa and OKC. Oklahoma, you've been asking me to come there. I am on the way. Get those right away. The Beacon Theater, my hometown. I've been banging that drum a lot, but this will be my first headline ever. That's May 14th. And then, of course, I have San Diego and LA May 21st and 22nd. Love to see you guys. Please come on out.
Folks, March 10th through the 12th, I will be in Philadelphia, PA at the Punchline Comedy Club. I think it's 3 shows, maybe 4, maybe 5. I think it's 5. I think it's 5 shows. You got to come out to one of them. Then on April 14th, I'm going to be in Irvine, California at the Irvine Improv. 1 show only, 8 p.m. that night. Then I'm heading right down to San Diego from there to do a bunch of shows. I'm going to be in Austin, Texas, May 20th and 21st, doing 4 shows at the Creek and Cave. Come out to see all these things. And also, if you're in New York City, come to Joey Rose's. If you're interested in stand-up and comedy shows, go to DeRosainfo.com for tickets and information. If you're interested in coming to the bar and sandwich shop I've opened, go to joeyrosesnyc.com for info and hours and everything else.
And there's a new secret sandwich called the Disgusting Pig. I swear.
Yes.
Taste buds, they coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. 2 fools gonna fight, but only 1 food can be right.
Hey, folks, welcome to TASTE Buds. We're the Taste Buds, Sal and Joe, and our guest today is Matteo Lane, a dear, dear friend.
Dear friend, hysterical comedian, wonderful human being.
You guys are so wild. I mean, the amount of it's like pandemonium in here. The shifting, constant shifting energy. Happy, angry, sad, concentrating.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to say it's not my fault. It's more Sal. It's more Sal.
Wow.
It's more Sal.
You know what? I need to say that. The listeners know.
It's more. It's more. You
listeners know.
I mean, look, Pimp's got it on tape, and we will bring that footage to the fans of the debate on what this episode would
Please
be
bring
about.
it. Please bring it. I think you bullied me.
I didn't bully you. I'm not here to bully you. I love you and I support you.
That's manipulation.
Don't you
Throwing it out.
Don't
we have an equalizer.
The Jedi turned on me. Don't you turn on me too?
It was manipulation. It was manipulation.
It's not.
I wanted to do croissant. I wanted to do croissant in this 3-way battle. He bullied me into taking Eclair with him against Matteo.
You know what? Let's put up the video and leave it up to the fans if Joe's a bully or
Yeah.
not.
Yes.
But no. I'm not a bully. And this is what I will say. Sal tried to do. So the battle today is Eclair versus Cannoli, which makes sense. Sal was trying to argue that he should be team croissant, and I was saying you can't do croissant because it's too broad of a pastry versus these
and
other
I'm saying
two.
that in the history of this show, we have never put a label on what we can and can't do ever.
That's not true.
And I was just trying to make a third dog in the fight, and we looked up popular pastries, and I was going to see if any responded to me. And one was a strudel, it didn't. One was a Danish.
I think the thing about croissants, I mean, yes, I understand. Like, it is fun to have a 3-way, but the problem with the croissant is it's not as specific as a cannoli is specific.
Exactly.
Okay.
This is a hard shell with ricotta filling.
Yeah.
And there's variables of like,
But
do you
isn't
put
it croissants?
pistachio? Well,
No.
I mean,
Buttery,
a croissant,
flaky pastry?
But is the croissant? Do you put jam on it? Is there chocolate inside? Is it
Stand
almond
alone.
You get a
croissant?
sandwich
alone.
at Burger King with
Stand
sausage,
alone.
egg, and cheese on it. This is what I'm saying. You could eat croissant as your bread for lunch to make a sandwich.
Yeah, it's more of a bread, which makes it more malleable. You know, it's like it could be.
I
other
understand
things.
what you're
Cannoli
saying.
is like this is it.
me-
You have it at this time of day.
To
Okay.
me, what you were trying to do was this. Matteo and I were going, okay, Matteo was going, I'll do whiskey. And I was saying, oh, okay, I'll do rum. And then you were going, I'm going to do Coca-Cola. And you go, no.
We were just about to do a ham and cheese versus a hot dog last episode.
But they're both lunch foods that you eat.
I mean, you
I
could,
would
you
pick
could
a
pull
hot
back.
dog.
Yeah, you could pull back as much as you want. One's a cold
know-
sandwich, one's a hot.
You know you're full of shit right now.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Stop.
I don't
And
think I'm full of
by the
shit
way-
at all.
And then, by the way, the fans will see this in the video. When I said, Sal, since we disagree, let's just be Team Eclair because we both want to
I
argue
didn't wanna
Eclair.
do it.
And
I
go
didn't wanna
against,
do it. I
and go
wanna do
against
my own.
Matteo. You started saying crazy crazy shit like, I feel bad that we might be ganging up on the guest. What the fuck?
No, I
are you
didn't say I
talking
felt
about?
bad. I just said that like the dynamic might be better if we have 3 different points of view
No,
versus
you did.
me and you versus
did he
him.
not? Remember when he said he felt bad ganging up on
Well,
you?
I said that
you were here for
I
that.
said that I'm
I'm
in a
about to
heated
go
mood.
back on Grinder.
I said that I'm in a heated mood, and it's been a while since we've been heated.
You see why we drink?
Yeah.
You should have a
Evidently.
drink.
No, I can't. Can you imagine? It's 5 p.m. I got shows tonight. If I'm
5
drinking
p.m.
now,
He starts drinking at
Please.
fucking 9 a.m. This fucking drunk rooster.
No,
Yeah, okay.
we started drinking together at 2.
I want to make
How
it something
dare
clear.
you?
I'm not
How
wearing
dare
a
you?
shirt
I do
of
not
my
have shows tonight.
I want to say that I'm not wearing a shirt of my own face. If you don't see it, it says Nicolas Cage. It's supposed to be funny and kitschy. So don't look at this and be like, "What the fuck?"
And also, I just want to
new merch.
I just want to tell the fans the video they're referencing will be at the very end of this episode on YouTube.
Okay, show it.
And I actually
got
want to
nothing
point
to
out
hide.
that
The fans will see.
that I am once again wearing merch of one of my best pals' merch. Despite how he treats me, I still wear his merch and support him.
I'm sitting in your place of business.
Thank you. Joey Roses, we're here right now, 174 Rivington Street.
Come on down, kids.
Come on down. We're open Tuesday through Sunday. Go to JoeyRosesNYC.com for times, hours, whatever it is. If you want to order online, we're here. We're back in the Rose Room right now. We're having a good time. Matteo, welcome.
is this what you call a good time?
It's a blast.
If we say we're having a good time, we're having a good
You're
time.
not used to this.
Regardless to the environment.
You're used to supportive friends.
No. Supportive
I
friends.
once tried to make fun of you I once tried to make fun of you to Rosebud Baker.
Okay.
And I said, I think you were singing on Instagram or something. And I
Sure.
said, to her, I'm tired of Mateo singing. I want to trash him. And she said, Mateo can do no wrong. I will not go there with you. And I said, just trash him with me because that's what we do is trash people. And she refused. I thought to myself, they have a different type of friendship than I have.
No.
I
You're
will
very
turn
confused.
on him
I
in a
promise
second.
you, my friends are drag queens and vicious gay men. We are not nice to each other. We are vicious to each other. I promise you. And Rosebud and I were pretty vicious. I mean, she's great.
Rosebud and I have trashed so many people together, but when
Oh,
I
she's
brought
the
you up,
best.
she wouldn't do it.
Oh, that Rosebud.
no.
You have my heart. I love you.
She wouldn't do it.
I love Rosebud.
She wouldn't do it. And I was
her.
like, I love Mateo too. Let's trash him. It's going to be
Yeah,
funny.
you can jump.
You
I'm
are
easy
so
to trash.
multifaceted and talented. It always blows me away.
Oh, thank you.
You're very funny. You can
Yeah.
sing like a motherfucker.
Yes.
You're so sweet. You are like steeped in your own
I
in the
draw.
culture. You draw. You're an amazing artist. And check out his Instagram. I mean, you have the body of an Adonis.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah.
chiseled.
Yes.
Thanks.
How much work do you have to put into that? You don't drink.
I don't. I drink every blue moon. I'm just not a drinker. I don't know. I don't
But
enjoy.
how many days a week and how many hours a week are you in the gym?
4 or 5 days a week and just like an hour or 45 minutes.
So you're
But it's
in-
more diet. It's like you just have to watch what you eat, how much you eat, and when.
But you eat.
But
you
you're also-
indulge. You indulge.
Yeah, but I indulge because I work out a lot. So there'll be times where I'm like, okay, I'll have pasta or I'll have,
But you're
I have
also
a fast
starting with
metabolism,
You're
too,
also
maybe.
starting with a tremendous foundation, maintenance. That's what they say, right? With the body, maintaining is easy. Establishing is hard.
You just came at me so serious. I thought I was talking to a contractor. I was like, what is it? Like you're hunched over. You're looking at me in the eye. You're like, you all know that the most important thing about the body is the maintenance. I'm like, why are you yelling? I don't know what's happening.
No, I'm not yelling at you.
It is maintenance. Yeah.
They
It's
say
a lot
maintenance
of-
is easy. Establishing is hard. That's right.
Oh, so you've
you
established
get
long
there, yeah.
ago.
Yeah, maybe like 5 years ago, I started working.
You're
out
like a
seriously.
Thomas's English muffin. You established long ago. I
love English
1800s.
muffins.
And
Yeah.
yes, me too. So 5 hours a week you're in there. Do you mix up the routine? Is it
Yeah,
muscle
you have
confusion? Is all that stuff?
Yeah, I followed this app.
do you do,
called
crunches? What do you
Shred-
do?
No, I don't do crunches.
Tell me.
I should do more abs. I don't ever do abs.
Your abs are a washboard. Come on.
But that's diet. That's the diet.
Really?
It's
so
a
if
lot
I
of
diet,
boring-
I get abs.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
What do I have to eat? Shrubs?
Well, everything at this table.
I'm like, wait a minute. You're telling me.
We've already
if I eat a little-
I know.
No, but
All right.
so
Fair enough.
do you feel you work hard at maintaining, or do you feel like you coast? It's part of your life.
I feel
it's no
just
big deal.
It's like so a part of my. It was hard work to make it feel normal. Does that make sense?
It does.
So there was a while I'm like, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to eat this much. I don't want to do this. I'm lazy. Blah blah. And then I'm like, well, you feel better afterwards.
Have you always looked like this? Do you
No,
have?
I used to be. I want to see what I used to look like.
Yes, I do.
I used to be. I'm right now 100 and
You're my 8th grade weight, so continue.
Well, this is what I used to look like. I was 125 pounds.
Oh, I don't even recognize you.
I know.
Oh my God, I do not recognize you whatsoever. I don't recognize
I have
you.
a before and after on my Instagram. If you just scroll down.
My friend, I don't recognize you.
know.
You look like you look amazing, but this does not look like you.
Oh my God.
But you look like a doctor just told you you're not going to make it. Like a doctor said it's fatal.
But how long ago is that?
But here's the thing.
This was why I was 23. But I mean, that's the weight I was when I moved to New York. And I was
and now you're 24.
Yeah, no, I'm 35.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing, and this is why you were...
I would kill to look like that.
I would too.
Kill.
This is why you were better off, or even easier ride than me and Sal. This is like building on fresh land. What he did.
Again,
he's
back to the construction worker.
He's a very thin man.
Yeah,
and he just built.
That's a deep V.
He built.
I love that look. The deep V.
Hold on.
I could never wear a V that deep my entire life. Never, ever, ever. And odds are out. The jury's out. I won't be able to in the future either.
He built on top of this. What you and I need to do is the equivalent of knocking down the old building and then building. Which is so much harder.
Yeah.
So much harder.
Yeah.
I'll never do it.
Well,
and I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Who's this lady you're with?
Her name is Charlotte. She's from London, and that's us in Italy. We were at a painting school in Italy.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you still have to get to the point in the gym for you to feel satisfied where you're pushing yourself, where you feel the soreness? Or is that just like bulking? Like, is that
soreness
just...
doesn't necessarily represent hard work.
Okay.
Always. I mean, but
Explain.
it does in a sense that like you want to like rip apart your muscles so that they rebuild and then and eat well enough to help that process and then build on top of that and all that stuff. I was bulking for a while. I hired a coach and she's great. Her name is Aria. She's awesome. Aria Shine on Instagram. But I told her, I was like, I travel so much, I can't bulk. She sends me my meals. Like,
you don't
I order
want to
my
bulk.
meals.
This is you.
No, but I was trying to bulk to shred back down, but it's too hard. I was like, I can't.
Why
so I just
bulk?
maintain.
Why bulk to shred down? Why not just shred up?
It doesn't quite work that way.
I don't understand these things.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is the way. Well, here's what I'm talking about. When you get a piece of sculpture, a piece of marble, the sculpture's inside, but you must scratch away to get to the David. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What a
You
fad.
simply chipped away what wasn't there.
That's true. I was. I was tacking on. I'm a little like Dolly Parton. But yeah. So it just. Anyways, I'm like, this is the weight I'll be, and then just maintain because that's easier to do. Otherwise, like eating 6 meals a day, and then I was feeling puffy and all that.
Puffy is where I live.
I
will tell you
Me
right
too.
now. One thing I do my entire life is I keep people in my life. All right, so I grow with people, and I try not to lose touch with the best of the best. And so I net out where I keep in contact with a very vast group of people from different categories in my life, and it's work. It's work because to maintain a substantial relationship and rapport with that many different people across that many time periods and that many geographical areas, you really are working. But I keep the people in my life that are amazing, and I move forward. So all this to say that I know a lot of people. I keep in contact with a lot of people. There are 2 people in my life of many that can wear a Speedo.
Okay.
You and Stavros.
Yeah. Did you see all the pictures Stavros and I did together?
I
Our
did,
naked
and
photos?
it's amazing. And he is safe to say the opposite of you, but he owns it.
But I'm jealous of Stavros for the same
Me
reasons,
too.
for similar reasons that I'm jealous of Matteo. Stavros is one of those guys that can be out of shape, and it just looks like he's supposed to just be that way. When I get out of shape, I gain weight in odd places. So I get tits, I have a gut. And then
I gain weight in odd
Do you know what I mean?
places.
What somebody once said to me.
Oasis.
Somebody once said to me. Excuse me. Somebody once said to me, like, you know, the thing with James Gandolfini was he was broad-shouldered. And he could just have this big gut, and it was just kind of like, I'm a big guy, deal with it. I feel like Stavros is like that. I'm not like that.
As Keith says, you don't have shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. And so I gain weight in a very weird way.
Did you see Keith Robinson?
Yeah, Keith Robinson and I were dating during the pandemic. I'm not kidding you. We were literally dating. Dinners every single. You came to some of those dinners every week. We're like, okay, where are we getting dinner this week? We're hanging out the cellar. Yeah.
But
No,
do you
but
know what I
what you
mean?
mean? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's real torturous.
But also, too, it is how one carries themselves. I mean, I know that sounds like a cliche, but really how you feel on the inside does mirror the outside world. So there is a certain way that Stavros is carrying himself that permeates.
He owns
don't
it.
get me wrong. I think I'm a fucking 10.
Well, we need to whittle you back down. You should not be walking around with this much confidence.
I do. It works. I opened a bar. I don't give a fuck.
A bar with Chris. This is my Nana's basement. It's like Christmas decorations up in almost March.
Yep.
Pictures of old wops that no one remembers. You know what I mean?
I love the inner snifter.
We
They're
wanted
in a
this room to
snifter.
feel kind of like a grandmother's
It does.
You get a shot of
My
that
Nana
one?
would feel very at home,
Yeah.
and the chandelier and stuff.
I
is
do
very
have to
great.
take down
Yeah.
these. I kind of still like them there, but I do need to take them
It's
down.
good. No, keep it. It literally reminds me of my grandma's house. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
All
love
right,
it.
maybe I will.
Yeah,
Maybe
I love.
will.
You know, I love Christmas. I'm number one fan.
Christmas number one fan.
Real quick before we move on, since we're all Italian here, did everyone in the
I'm
family?
not. I'm Arab.
Yeah, but you're raised by
I
Italians. yeah?
identify
Okay, all
as
right.
an Italian.
Thanks, Brooklyn. All right, so what I mean is like
Why are you coming at me? You're coming at me more than you're going at Sal.
now he's coming at you.
it
You
is
see what
fun
I mean? He's
because the way you're
hypersensitive.
sitting is
Yeah.
bothering me.
Yeah.
You're
People-
sitting like a
people-
father of 7.
He's looking at you like you're a
on
human
a porch
croissant
in the
right now.
South, watching your family grow.
Take those fingers apart. For me. No, people. I just bring it out of people. They like to come at me.
You know what it is? I've been influenced by Keith Robinson. I was a good person until I became friends with Keith
say it to
Robinson.
him all
we
the
should get
time.
Keith
I had a
on.
clear,
We should get
good
Keith on.
soul,
Yeah.
and then I would love
He's-
to be on Keith's side because we do argue well together.
Oh wait,
Okay.
but then trash Sal too though.
Oh,
because-
we'll move to Sal. But
Why?
but also, you know what I meant. So I'm saying
Yeah.
is like, do we have relatives with 2 kitchens in the house? One upstairs, one downstairs?
Yeah.
This is a normal thing?
Yes.
No, that was not normal.
100.
For me.
Really?
But the
Okay.
kitchen
We
was
had
a sacred place, even though there was only one.
Okay.
But yes, I hear you. I know that.
You
thing.
go to the Bachament.
Yeah. That was a little in Pennsylvania. That was a little more something you saw in the city for some reason, like in the city homes, like the row homes and stuff that had basements. You'd go down, and sometimes it was kind of fixed that you could almost live down there. You know what I mean? So there was another kitchen downstairs or whatever. That was something you saw less for some reason in the suburbs where I grew up. Even though there were basements. I don't know what that is. The suburbs had unfinished basements. They were more like...
They're more like playrooms and stuff.
That wasn't even that. It was more like, here's where you keep your tools and your pipes and... You know what I mean?
And scare your kids.
Yeah, this is... We wanted to make a room that could flood
Right.
for you. It was like that, you know? Yeah. But anyway, I'm sorry. Finish what you were
That
saying.
was it. I'm with 2 Italians I wanted to ask.
Uh,
Italian adjacent.
I mean, look, I zigged when I should have zagged with this. I was talking to Pimp earlier. I should have fucking steered into this Arab thing that I have. I'd be making a lot more money right now.
Yeah.
But I just don't
Well,
identify
we're both
with it.
Italian Latin mix.
Yes, the correct.
I identify with the Italians. That's how I was raised.
I mean,
You know?
I'm part Mexican, but I was raised by Italians, so
Right.
culturally I'm Italian. But I mentioned I'm also Mexican.
I mentioned that I'm Arab too, but you got to really steer into it if you want to make some.
You're
I mean-
Egyptian, right?
Yeah,
It
Why
does
don't we
help
go
I-
over there? Let's
You could
film
be a
something.
millionaire right
let's
now,
go
bro.
over.
You could be a millionaire.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
know.
You went the wrong way. It's like when I filled out my student loan application. I checked Caucasian. To this day, I don't know why. I could
Yeah, I
have
don't
just
know
checked
why. I
Hispanic.
could've
I
You
would
gotta
have
have
been
a, you gotta have a story. I gotta. I felt so out of place as the only Arab in the Italian neighborhood. It's just not how I
But
feel.
Italians and Arab, there's an Arab blood in Italians anyways, so a lot of Italians, we all sort of look very
Yeah.
similar.
I will tell you that wherever
Yeah,
you're sending
yes.
your tape in to try to get a new special, just dress in Arabic clothing, send that shit in, and you will have a special post haste.
I know.
Well, you'll definitely get attention. I don't know how it will be received, but you will get attention.
Yeah.
For
I'll
sure.
call it. I'll call it. Isn't this bizarre? But I'll spell it bizarre, like an Arab market. And I'll,
But you're
Is that
Egyptian.
an
Are
Arab
both your
market?
parents-
I have a bazaar in
bizarre.
Staten Island.
How did
Yeah.
you find out you were Egyptian though?
well, they told my parents. I come from the time of adoption where they gave you a little more information than they were supposed to.
Right.
So that's how I know. But then I did 23andMe
You could be
and
royalty.
Ancestry.
Oh,
and
what did it say? I'm curious.
mostly Egyptian.
Yeah.
Little bit of Middle Eastern. Not a little bit. I think 30%. Saudi Arabia, that area. Yeah, it's kind of a...
How fascinating.
It is fascinating, but it's just... It doesn't mean anything because it's like when you grow up completely out of it. I never met another Arab kid until I was 20 years old. You know what I mean? Because where I grew up was all Irish, Polish, and a Roman Catholic. That's what it was. So I just didn't. I respect it. I appreciate it.
I feel a little like Oprah right now. I'm like, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I see you as a Dr.
You
Phil.
never went back?
Tell me. Yeah, you have a mustache.
Tell us about the pyramid.
But my point, my point is like I can't like pretend. Like people have said to me many times, like you should exploit it so you can get more.
Well,
but I can't.
I'm
not
gay,
gonna
and I never
pretend.
met a gay person, another gay person, until I was in my 20s.
Right.
And I'm really riding that.
Wait a minute, DeRosa-
I know, but here's the difference.
I know, I'm kidding.
If I felt like, oh my God, I only want to have sex with Arab people, I could have steered into it. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference with gay. Gay, you were like, I might not have met other gay people, but goddamn, I feel it. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to. I don't want to be straight.
You could learn Arabic, and Egyptian Arabic is like the standard of
Arabic
Arabic for television.
Learning Arabic is not the same thing as being driven from a romantic place of sexual
What
passion.
I'm saying to you,
see
outside
what
of
I'm saying?
outside of my gayness, like, okay, I speak Spanish, right?
Right.
So even though I wasn't raised with a Mexican culture,
Right.
but I mean, my family is part Mexican, it's an instant connection with other Latinos. So I can have full conversations with other Latinos in Spanish if they don't
Right.
speak English, and there's an immediate connection just through language.
I would never learn Italian, even though
But you could learn Arabic.
I don't want to.
that would
Well,
be
then-
so much fun.
Can you imagine?
I don't want to. I don't want to. I hear you, but you're also you're a guy that wants to know different languages. And
Were you
things like
born here?
that. I just don't.
Yeah, Chicago. I was born in Chicago.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I hear the Chicago
Joe,
accent.
have you ever looked into your background? Like, what if you're a prince?
Okay,
No, I know.
obviously.
I had a
Let's
joke.
not-
I had a joke about this. About you could be.
This
I
is
don't
your
wanna-
kingdom.
Yeah, I don't want to do the bit. I don't want to do the bit. By the way, was that offensive what I said? When I said
No, not at all. Are
because
you kidding?
Pimp is over there doing his Gen Z shit where he's going, oh my God, what?
Oh yeah, where
No,
everyone's
dude, you're
upset.
bringing it up on an episode about applesauce or whatever we're doing.
No, we're
I just
talking
think it's-
about like
I think it's. I think if you have interest in your background,
this is
as
what
an
this is
Egyptian-
what I was trying to say about the sexual identity versus heritage.
Oh, I was just using it as a joke. You took it very seriously.
No, I'm not taking it seriously. I think it's an interesting conversation to have.
And I couldn't choose croissants.
Yeah. No. But this is interesting because when you're
We know them, we love them. They call BetterHelp, and they sponsor this podcast. Okay, we've used them from time to time since having a relationship with them in the past year. We have suggested it to people, and I have seen firsthand how people really benefit from BetterHelp, and that's why we keep them on the pod and we keep working with them. Relationships take work. A lot of us drop anything to help someone else, but we don't really focus on ourselves, and self-care, especially after what we're coming out of, is paramount, and that's why something like this is something you should finally check out if you haven't before. This month, BetterHelp Online Therapy wants to remind you to take care of your most important relationship, the one you have with yourself. You hit the gym, you make time for a haircut, or even trying actual therapy. You are your greatest asset. Invest some time in yourself and effort in yourself like you do for other people, okay? BetterHelp is online therapy. It offers video, phone, and even live chat sessions with a therapist. Okay, you don't have to see anyone on camera if you don't want to. So not only do you have to leave, you don't have to leave your house. You do not have to be on camera, which is it really is a benefit to a lot of people who that is their big barrier to doing this kind of thing. It's more affordable as well than in-person therapy, and you can be matched with a therapist if you sign on in under 48 hours. So it is quick. Give it a try and see why over 2 million people have used BetterHelp Online Therapy. Again, I tell you, this podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp, and Taste Buds listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/TasteBuds. Again, check it out. That's BetterHelp.com/TasteBuds.
BetterHelp/TasteBuds.
There it is. Now I need to log on quick. And I'll tell you right now, Factor is what we're talking about.
Factor.
Factor got sent to my home.
Tell me what Factor's in.
Factor is
Tell me what the factors are.
It's pre-packaged portioned meals. Tailored by you and what your diet needs to be, and because when we have established a relationship with these companies, they send us their product so we can try them firsthand. And I will tell you right now, I loved Factor. I went through all my meals the first week, and I literally became a customer and ordered it again. I was drinking these banana strawberry smoothies for breakfast, which were legit low in sugar, and you can't find that in the juice, and they were delicious. So I was
You can't find it in the juice.
You can.
What happened?
I know. You can't find low sugar. You really can't. I'm not making a joke.
No, I know.
And
I'm serious.
And then I come
I'm
home.
not making a joke either.
After a long day of work, no joke. I get home like 8, 9 o'clock. I'm starving as well, and I heat up my meal in 2 minutes. My factory meal, and there was everything from chicken to beef to shrimp. And they were all everything I got was within 500 to 600 calories. They was all carb conscious, so you can actually pick whatever you like.
Love it.
Factor makes it easy for us to eat clean 24/7 and fresh. They're never frozen. They came completely fresh. Their prepared meals are delicious, and they're actually good for you. Okay, it saves us time. They're chef crafted meals, so they come to your doorstep.
I love that they tackle the sort of intimidating, tough things. You know what I mean? Because
they have
diet.
They actually have registered dietitians and expert chefs working hand in hand with them. There are 29 meal options a week, so you're not going to get bored there.
That's awesome. That's important.
And because
you do get bored with the diet, so that's important.
And so this is for people that have all different types of preferences: vegan and veggie meals, keto meals, low-calorie options, cold-pressed juices, which I mentioned, smoothies, energy bites, plant-based bars. They have everything. They make it easy. If you're looking for convenience and healthy, this is it. Factor. Head to go.factor75. So go.factor75.com. Okay? / tastebuds120. Now, I got to tell you, Factor asks a lot of you as far as the address field goes. But when you get it, when you type it all in, woo, you're going to enjoy it.
You use the promo code tastebuds120. You're going to get $120 off. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right?
You can buy a cashmere sweater with that.
Yeah. That's code tastebuds120 at go.factor75.com / tastebuds120 for $120 off. When you know you're Arab, but you don't necessarily look different from everybody around you, right?
You might be an Arab.
Right. You might be an Arab if.
There you go.
Do you have a monkey that steals you apples? Do you have a long curved sword for no apparent reason? You might be an Arab. Anyway. If I had looked incredibly different than the white people surrounding me,
sure,
I might have had a longing to find. I do too, but I might have had a longing to find others. You know what I mean? Whereas what you're saying with where you didn't meet another gay person, it doesn't matter. You still knew, like, no, I need to meet other people like me. I never felt like, oh, I'm very different because everybody around me just kind of looked like me.
I think.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I'm just saying you like podcasts, so it would be really interesting if you went in a deep dive to find out more about your heritage.
I was
Can you imagine
supposed
you in
to,
Egypt?
I've done. Listen, trust me. I've been down this road. I have had multiple projects that have been bought about me going out to find the lineage and and they always fall apart for some reason and they never come to fruition. But I've been paid a lot of money to sit in an apartment and write out.
And this is how you spent it.
Well, yeah, this is a great way to spend it.
Kind of is, actually.
Yeah, it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But have fun to go
I never
bananas
found my
this
mother,
weekend.
but here we are. Screw the pyramids.
Yeah.
But 50 cent bites on Wednesdays.
Yes. I don't want to fly to the Funny Bone in Nassau anymore, or wherever the fuck it is. So that's why I did this. But anyway, the point is that I've had many projects. It never, for whatever reason, it never comes to fruition.
Maybe you have to believe a little more.
If you believe.
And I kind of don't care. My parents are my parents, you know.
Well, I don't think you're gonna go to Egypt and find your aunt and uncle and be like, "Fuck my parents, I'm moving here." I mean, it's just kind of cool, you know.
But when
we had a lost connection. My mom did with her, or my Mexican grandpa, right? And he left her and their family when she was young, and then when was adopted. My grandma remarried a Sicilian and was adopted by the Sicilian. My grandma's Italian, so she was raised Italian. But when she was in her 30s, she found my Mexican family again, and they reconciled and all this other stuff. And then he would start sending us letters, and so it was kind of like she's not denying her father, my grandpa, who's Sicilian, that he's, her father and raised her. It just was a part of her that she wanted to discover, and she did it.
Sure, I get that. I don't have that interest, I guess.
Okay.
I'm not disinterested, but I feel pretty fulfilled with my family. So I guess it's sort of like saying, yeah, dude, you know, to a rock star, for instance. Hey, dude, you're famous, but you've been with the same woman since high school. You could have any woman you want. And they go,
I don't know if this analogy works.
No,
He does that. He does that.
No.
It's an analogy.
It does.
It's
And
not
the
right
guy
analogy.
goes, I'm fulfilled. I found the person
No,
that
okay.
I love.
We're
That's
talking about
family.
you said you were like, if I had just said I was Arab, I would be a millionaire.
I'm joking.
Oh, okay, got it. Then I was like, well,
I'm
you could go
joking.
find it. And then
No,
you're like,
no,
I
no,
don't
no.
want to find them.
No.
I'm lazy.
I'm saying I'm joking. Like I could never fake the passion for it.
Got it.
So when people say to me, why don't you steer into it? I'm like, I don't understand what you want me to do. Like, I can't, like, just fake it.
Well,
but trust me when I tell you.
if you faked
I
it a
know a
little
lot
more-
of people that did. I know a lot of people that...
I'm just saying, if you faked it a little
That-
more, we could get some crown molding in here. You know, think about it for decoration.
I know a lot of people that... All of a sudden, their last name... I'm going to change my last name to this now.
Oh,
It's like,
got you.
Oh, that's
Got
interesting.
you.
Okay.
Got you.
Wow. Oh, really? How convenient that you just now have discovered...
See, now I started
A
going
lust for
by
your-
Matteo when I
heritage.
was 18 for Facebook because my Aunt Cindy said change because I was living in Italy at the time. So obviously you're Matteo in Italy. And she was like, when you remember on Facebook, you would get fired for there were pictures of you drinking. Remember that?
No.
And of course, I'm working at Michael's, but which I was fired from anyways for stealing. And
What?
yeah,
Guilty or no?
yeah,
Michael's Crafts?
Michael's Arts and Crafts. Oh yes, and
Did you steal? What'd you steal?
thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. They caught me with a Winnie Pooh cake pan, but it was thousands of dollars. And my Aunt Cindy said, just don't have your like government name on there. So I just put down Matteo. And then ever since
What
then,
is your
it's like,
government name?
Boom, Matteo. Matthew.
Oh,
It's
it
just
is.
been Matt, yeah.
Oh, okay. It's legit on your birth certificate, Matthew. Oh, interesting.
But since I was 18, and then of course by the time I got into comedy, I'm already going by Mateo.
Right, but it
The whole
suits you
thing.
so
Smart
well.
move.
It does suit me, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's also like, you know,
It was a smart move. I mean, I know it wasn't strategic, but... It
wasn't like I was
a happy
Lady Gaga.
accident, we'll call it. Yeah.
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 So I have a threefold question. But they don't have anything to do with each other. One, how did you get so fluent in Italian with the actual great pronunciation living in Chicago? Were you just steeped in the family that just only spoke? Because your enunciation is spot on. And then did you learn Spanish because Spanish is a nice satellite off of Italian and you were able to consume it that way? Or how did you do that?
basically, yeah. So I learned Italian living in Italy because I'd go back and visit either family
Submerged.
or family friends. I'd go for like 2 months at a time.
Okay.
I started going when I was like 15. So you have to. I mean, you're in the middle of Sicily. Like
Right,
no
right.
one speaks English, and
Right.
so I would just come back and like, allora io oggi che sono andato. Like you're just like perfect in Italian. But Spanish, I learned. I was sort of like splotchy how I learned. I mean, it's so close to Italian that most Italians, where they just hear Spanish, they don't have to really. They understand like 80% of it, truly. And but then I started living with my friend Felicia. She's from Mexico, and so we lived together for 2 years. And I was like, okay, only speak Spanish to me, and we'd only watch Spanish TV, and we still
That-
only speak Spanish with her.
That's
So
rough. Only speaking. You kept to that?
oh, I
Like,
loved
only
it. But I
speak
love
Spanish?
learning languages. I
Okay.
learned French. I was studying German when I was younger, so I just
Wow.
learned Spanish that way. But I have an Italian accent in Spanish, so it's humiliating.
Oh, bah, who catches
Every time I
that?
talk to Latinos, like, you sound like Mario. Like, I sound like a complete, like, hey, oi, que yo tengo una pregunta, oi, wahoo!
Isn't it a crime, by the way, that guy helped? The guy, the voice of Mario, has made Mario become so popular. Has been a great
Is
asset.
it one guy?
Yeah.
Is it one
Yeah,
guy?
yeah, it's one guy.
Over the years?
No, I think that's not true. The Mario
it is.
voice we
Anyone
know.
could do it.
No,
It's
no,
me,
no.
Mario.
I believe.
Maybe I could finish my point before you step on it.
God, sorry, Dad.
Open up the polls. I'm arguing croissant.
Maybe I could finish my point.
Go
But
ahead.
that Chris Pratt is now doing it in the movie. I think
that
that's
kinda
disgraceful.
sucks, Chris
That's what I was
Pratt.
getting at. I think it's disgraceful. It's like this guy is the voice of Mario. This is the guy.
Well,
Let
so the
him do
Mario voice, I believe they got the first Mario voice. The first Mario voice, the iteration of his voice was the cartoon in the
Yes.
late 80s, early 90s.
Yes.
Where Mario, it was more Italian, right?
No, it's total Brooklyn plumber.
And then when Mario 64 came out,
That's
that's the
when-
voice that we all know today.
Homeland.
It's me, Mario.
And it's one guy that's done it for the last 30 years?
Yeah.
Has it been 20 years?
Really?
Whatever it's been. 25 years?
Yeah, his name's Charles.
Charles something.
Get out.
His day rate is $1,200.
He better work.
What we can get him for
Honestly,
$1,200?
he better fucking work.
But my
Good for
point,
him.
that's my point, is like this guy, everybody identifies Mario now with that voice.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Turtles.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
He does
that?
Then they finally, Nintendo, who has been adverse to making movies for all these years, any additional content of their
Right.
intellectual property, they're finally making a Mario movie animated. And who do they get for Mario? Chris Pratt. I mean, what a snooze, right?
know.
Yeah, what a snooze.
Who do you think they should? Who would have been good?
Him, the guy.
Or me.
No, but he has to act. Yeah.
No, it's
I've already
it's
dressed
a
like
cartoon.
him.
It's but he's not. You have to
It's a
stop
cartoon.
going
Look
to the
at Chris
gym.
Pratt.
It's
Yeah.
a
He's
cartoon.
running around with fucking dinosaurs
Yeah,
all goddamn
that's
day.
true.
What does he know about
It's a
pipes
cartoon.
and
It's a
doesn't know anything.
cartoon. What does he have to have?
Oh, it's a cartoon.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought you said live action.
No, because he's doing the voice in the games. What
Do you
what could
think?
Be?
I
do you
close
think
my
they
eyes,
should
you
have gotten
sound
an
like
Italian
him.
to play Mario?
Huh?
Do you think they should have gotten an Italian to play Mario?
Which is like Chris
I don't know.
Pratt,
That's
like
a
a true
slippery slope.
genuine
I don't know.
Italian, like Chris Pratt,
Right.
and Charlie Day playing Luigi.
I don't even think Chris
Is
Pratt
that who
could,
it is?
Yeah,
Neither one of them could spell spaghetti.
I know.
I know.
Biscotti.
I know.
My second part. Can I harmonize with you?
Sure.
You let me know what.
Please.
I don't sing, but you do. But I kind of wish I did. But it'd be nice to.
It would be
harmonize.
easier if I harmonize with you. So if you picked
Okay.
a song and then I could harmonize with you.
Okay, so what should I sing?
What's a song we both know?
Satellite.
I like
Sing
what's that?
Satellite.
No, we had to
By
say
Dave
singing.
Matthews
All right,
Band?
let's do
I'll walk off a bridge.
Silent Night.
Okay,
Okay, do you know the words of Silent
Oh.
Night?
a little bit.
You know, Silent
Yeah,
Night,
yeah,
Holy Night,
yeah.
all is calm,
Yeah.
all is
Sing
bright.
Satellite.
All right,
Okay, so you start
It
and then I'll
rhymes with
harmonize
Silent
with you.
Night.
all right. Silent
Silent
night, holy
Holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace.
That was so much fun. If we were roommates, wow. Swear to God, I would ask you to harmonize everything.
Harmonizing's fun.
Because
like
you
harmonizing the radio.
help me. I just probably sound like a goon if you take him out. But when he goes in, he silks it up. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'd feel like
Joe
you're
is
jealous.
so
I feel like
upset.
you're jealous that we harmonize.
furious.
Because he could sing. He actually can sing a little bit.
Can you?
Why don't you two harmonize?
I don't
we're
want to.
Not left out.
I don't want
you
to
to
harmonize.
Sing a song about Chris.
I don't want to harmonize.
I want you to harmonize.
I don't want to harmonize.
Please.
Rice-a-roni. No, I'm kidding. I give us like a
A
shitty
whole
ass
new world. That's you, babe.
You want me to walk off the bridge for suggesting Satellite, and you want me to sing A Whole New
I don't
World?
know
Isn't
what's,
that
what
Aladdin?
is satellite.
Isn't
He
Aladdin?
said satellite
Isn't A Whole New
earlier,
World
so I said
Aladdin?
Dave Matthews.
That's it.
Oh, I
Satellite.
hate Dave Matthews.
Oh, what's
I
Aladdin?
don't love Dave Matthews.
God, I hate
just
Dave
said it because he
Matthews.
said satellite
What's Aladdin?
earlier.
Aladdin? A whole new
Yeah,
world.
that's for you. That's like you're the prince.
That's a racist joke you just made.
It is
and
not.
I hope you're satisfied
you
with
are,
it.
We just don't want you being a prince.
you made the
talk
joke about the
connecting
monkey.
with your heritage.
I know, but it's mine to
That's,
make because
that's
I'm the
right.
Arab.
That's right.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Why don't you go sing La Cucaracha, you fucking Mexican?
I'm the Mexican.
Sorry, whatever the hell you are.
He's Cuban.
Yes, and Puerto Rican.
And also in Sal's
I'm so
defense,
Sal. I'm so nervous it's gonna fall every
Yeah, it
time
is,
you're
it
done.
is.
in Sal's defense, you have gone on a rant about Latinx one episode.
I didn't go on a rant.
And I
said
assure
didn't
you,
know how to say
I don't
it.
even want to be involved in that conversation.
No, I didn't. It wasn't a rant. I didn't know how to pronounce Latinx. I didn't know if it was Latinx or Latinx.
Latina.
Like Christina, like with Christina Aguilera with the X.
It's hard to pronounce. It's a strange spelling of a word. It's hard to pronounce at first glance.
Part 3. I'm going to Chicago this weekend. And I'm where should I eat?
Well, give me more. Like, what do you want? Like deep dish pizza, like Portillo's. Do you want Italian beef? Do you want a Chicago hot dog?
I think you tell me where you think I should go, barring anything.
If
I
you
don't
want
care.
deep dish pizza,
Every dish, every cuisine sounds like a euphemism. You want a deep dish? You want an Italian beef? You want a hot dog?
just go to Steamworks. It's a bathhouse, and you'll You'll get deep dished while dipped with an Italian beef, a Vienna beef. They're from Austria.
I don't need to go to a tourist spot. I'm asking
No,
you
but
as a
if
native.
you want deep dish, you go to
Luminati's.
Luminati's is the best.
And I've had that. I did it with what's the thing with they mail it to me now.
No, you don't want
Yeah.
that. You want to
I
go get
did
it
that.
fresh.
Yeah.
Get it fresh. Get it fresh.
All right.
I even took Sam Morrell, the most New York human being on the face of the planet, raised in Manhattan.
What do you
and
think?
he took one bite of a fresh Luminati's. He was like, wow, this is pretty good.
I'm going
But
there.
you can have one. I mean, if you have two, you're destroyed for the rest of the day.
Yeah. What,
And then you can go to like Al's Beef has great Italian beef, or Portillo's. Portillo's has great
I've
Italian
heard of
beef.
Portillo's. What is that?
For Portillo's is a famous Chicago chain that has. I feel the anger.
But I don't need to- but babe, I don't need to go to chains.
It's not anger. These names are so absurd that if you wrote a script and you said it takes place in an Italian place called Portillo's,
Right.
I would go, you have to change that. It sounds racist.
Portillo's doesn't really sound racist.
Illuminati's, Al's
Lou
Beef.
Malnati's.
Al's Beef is
Illuminati's
great.
is a whole nother thing. That's so. I'm gonna walk in and be like, "Is this Illuminati's?"
Did you see House of Gucci?
Who? What?
The House of Gucci.
No, but House of
Oh,
Gucci, where Lady
his name-
Gaga,
did you say
where
House of
Lady
Gucci? He was like,
Lady
"This is House
Gaga,
of
by the
Gucci."
way, went on the biggest rant. She
great.
was no.
She's great in that
You
movie.
need to relax because, first of all, she said she studied a fucking panther. She's like, I was so into
She's
the role
great.
of Patrizia that I studied how panthers move. You should have studied an Italian accent. I swear to
She's
God.
great.
I swear to God.
She's
she,
great. How dare
I
you?
swear
I
to
won't
God.
have
She.
it. I won't have
swear
it
to
around
God.
here.
She thought she was. When she walked on set, she's like, "Isn't this for Anastasia?" They're like, "No, you're playing Italian." She's like, "Got it." I mean, she was like, "Dos vidania." Also, the Italians who watched the movie, like my friend Paride goes, "I don't understand. They're from Milan. This is a northern family. Why are they acting like a bunch of Napolitan? They're acting like this mafioso."
You're the only people who can
family.
call that out. We can't.
So, but here's the thing. I thought she was great.
Sure. And you know who else? thought
Jeremy
she was great?
Irons.
Lady Gaga.
Jeremy Irons was my favorite, who didn't even break the English accent.
Well, why didn't they just all speak English
when did
instead of
you
all
watch
having
House of
different
Gucci?
shitty
I
accents?
got the screener and I watched it and I really enjoyed it. But this is my point. When I was first hearing about House of Gucci from, I have another podcast called We'll See You in Hell, and my co-host was telling me about it because he saw it before me, and he was reading the cast list. He was going, so he plays Paolo Gucci, and she plays Patrizia. And I go, dude, if these weren't real names, I would be like, you have to change these names. This sounds racist.
Can I tell you a quote?
They're
that-
the most Italian names I've ever heard.
But they're real.
Wait, can
And
I
they
tell
are
you?
real, but it was just funny. It was
Can
just
I
funny.
tell you,
Yeah.
Mike, I've been having a field day with how funny Lady Gaga is in these press interviews because she thought she was getting nominated for an Oscar. And one of them, she goes,
Going in hard on Gaga.
when she goes, when I was in the role of Patrizia, I felt so involved in her that when I went to go look at his grave, I thought to myself, what have I done?
No.
We get it.
That's over the
she's
top.
acted in 2 movies and suddenly Meryl Streep move aside.
Right,
like,
right.
I mean, it's like, I get it. I'm glad that you're into it, but like, it
Yeah.
could not, like, it's so NYU freshman year.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like, you're getting
I'm
paid
so-
millions of dollars. Relax, Gaga.
I'm shocked
Right,
at this
right.
take that you have.
I love Lady Gaga, and I love that she's so ridiculous.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
studied
you
how
celebrate
leopards
this.
and panthers moved. Why? She's an Italian woman who murdered someone. She's not in a jungle in a tree. What
She
are you
is-
talking about?
I will say she is like a leopard or a panther in that film.
Well, she's a leopard or panther who was a Russian princess who was misplaced in France.
How
I mean,
do you
it's like
study a leopard? Is she just home, just alone
she went
in
online
the
and
living
Googled.
room?
YouTube,
Oh, she
babe.
also wrote a dissertation.
How do you study it?
YouTube, babe.
Her movement? Did she feel like?
YouTube.
I understand.
She walked on
I
set. And
understand
she
YouTube.
walked on set. And she's like, they're like, and action.
Don't you?
Like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Don't you get a YouTube with me? All right.
You
Don't
said
get a
YouTube 8 times. I'm asking.
You're asking how do I study a leopard? You watch video of it. It's a crazy
understand. I don't-
question.
I don't-
Not Gaga. She flew to the jungle.
Boom.
And she put on a costume. I'm kidding. She, I don't know if she didn't even. She dressed up like cats on Broadway
Yeah.
and stood in the jungle.
What did you think of the Cats movie?
One of
Oh,
the
the
most
Cats movie.
amazing things I've ever seen.
I've
It
literally
was
had
unwatchable.
I've had diarrhea where
Yeah.
I've like thought back about how much better that was than the movie Cats. Cats, and you know what? I watched Cats. Don't worry, we're recording. I watched Cats with my friends in the beginning of the pandemic. We watched it together over Zoom,
Me
and we
too.
kept
I
pausing.
watched it,
And
yeah.
I was like, I shouldn't watch. This is too like the end has come.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
if
yeah.
we're here and what's his name, James Corden.
Yeah.
And Cats,
I swear to God, if I never saw James Corden again, I wouldn't be sad.
Yeah.
He is unbearable.
You don't mean that he's
Why
dead.
is that? Oh my God!
He
I didn't
doesn't-
say I want him to die. I said if I never saw James Corden again, I wouldn't be sad.
Oh boy, you're getting some heat in the corner.
I thought you meant death. I just
No,
know
I didn't mean death. Everything that comes out of my mouth isn't the most negative thing in the world.
V and Pip are in the crosshairs.
Oh, boy.
They're in the croissant hairs now.
I think I know what it is though, because I don't.
Do you?
I don't hate.
Bless us. No, I'm kidding. I'm just fucking around.
You son of a bitch. Have
Now,
another
do you want me to be
pretzel.
on Team Cannoli now?
Yeah,
you
I'm
do.
just kidding.
By the
I love
way,
you.
Cannoli's and
I
Eclair.
love you so much. You're such a bitch to me, but I still love you so much.
I'm blaming Keith. I'm sorry. I love you. And we
I love
text
you
about
too.
video games.
Be mean to this fucking prick.
It's impossible. Tell him.
He
Tell him
did,
how
he
it's
did want to
impossible.
harmonize, and then you
Yeah.
physically struck
He
me.
sounds like the kind of guy. He'll show up 2 hours.
On the wings
He'll
of
show up-
love,
He'll
only
show
the
up 2 hours
two
late to
of us
something.
together,
Sounds the
flying
kind of-
Wait,
high.
but I have
On
thought
the
that was
wings
Corden.
of
All right, I'm
love.
just saying this. This is why you can't
On
be
the
mean.
wings
Sal!
of love, up and above
Sal-
the clouds, the only way to fly.
This is worse than me eating the pretzels.
Okay.
Sal's the kind of guy you can't be mad at him. He'll show up 2 hours late to something, and you'll be like,
I do hate people who are late.
Yeah, but
2 hours?
this guy.
I had a
this
guy on a date who was 30 minutes late, 40 minutes late,
But-
actually, and I left.
Never on time. Never. But all right.
Always there when you call, though.
Always. That's what I'm saying.
was
You
cute.
could. I'm saying in theory, you're the kind of guy that could show up 2 hours late to your daughter's birthday. You'd be furious.
Daughter's birthday, her birth.
Yeah, exactly. You're supposed to be there 2 hours ago. He promised to be the clown. He walks up. You go. As soon as you see him, you go. It's all right, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're being hard on me right now.
No, I'm not. I'm
2
saying-
hours
Wait,
late
I
all
want to
the
go back
time.
to James Corden before you
I
two
said
have a
in
squabble.
theory. I said you're the kind of guy in theory that could do something like that crazy, and you couldn't be mad at you about it because you're so lovable.
All right.
It's hard to be mad to you.
All right.
Love
That's what I'm saying.
is for the way you look.
at me.
that's
Let's
the song
triple
that got you
harmonize. Wait,
I don't know.
let's-
I love it.
Can we triple?
Oh, it was good.
Can we triple harmonize? Would you do that?
I don't know that song.
All right,
Isn't
but
that King
Let's do
Cole,
this
you know?
song. Ready? Start spreading the news.
My little town blues. You don't know New York?
are melting away.
I'm
gonna
make a
be
brand
a part of it.
I'm gonna make
a
a brand new start of it in old
New
New York. Did he have a stroke in the middle of the song? I don't remember that. I don't remember that part where he's rushed to the hospital in New York, New York. I remember Liza Minnelli doing that in New York, New York, but I don't remember Sinatra.
They're a great Elijah Minnelli story.
Oh, I would love you. Great
you think? What would
I
you
know,
think
you-
his
you
answer's
love
going to
it.
be to that?
Huh?
Of course he does.
Because you love doing the
You-
Elijah
don't you
Minnelli
love
thing.
Liza?
thank you.
But this is Maria Callas, right?
This is,
that-
my favorite opera singer.
Yes,
Maria
yes,
Callas.
yes. You see how I
Great
know?
Elijah Minnelli story. My friend did musical theater and stuff.
Very
And
good.
he met
Cannolis versus class, folks. Cannolis versus class.
he met somebody that knew Liza.
Okay.
And they told him this story, and he then told it to me, where he said Liza Minnelli was going off to this guy that she knew about Mel Torme.
Oh,
The
what'd
Velvet
she, what'd she
Fog.
say
Yeah,
about
the
Mel
Velvet Fog. And
Torme?
she said Liza Minnelli's quote apparently was, allegedly was. She goes,
And then I'll do the quote. as
She
well.
goes, Mel Torme, mommy hated him. She said he was an awful man. Eyes like poached eggs.
All right, ready? Ask me about Mel Torme. I'll be Liza Minnelli.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Liza, did you
Yes.
like Mel Torme?
No. I remember one time Mama, who was so funny.
Oh, my God.
And people, they don't know this about Mama. She was really funny. But one time she said, Mel Torme just had eyes like an Easter egg. And he wasn't talented.
Oh, my goodness.
It was so fun. My father was gay.
How did you get there? How did you get that down?
To Liza?
Just a lot.
The first time I saw Liza Minnelli was at the Michael Jackson 30th anniversary special, and I remember she was wobbly and had a brain encephalitis. But even though she was like a melted,
She had encephalitis already?
she was
time?
recovering from it.
Wow.
And she came out and sang R. Kelly's "You Were Not Alone" to Michael Jackson, just beyond problematic.
Ironic as hell.
But
yeah.
I remember feeling a certain way. I remember thinking, "Who is this woman? I'm intrigued by her." Like it was just so naturally like.
Yeah.
How old
creating-
were you when you saw that?
It was like the day before 9/11, so I was a sophomore in high school.
Wow, she's
Sweet
she's
Christ.
a great Liza with a Z. Liza Minnelli's
Oh,
incredible.
she's phenomenal.
She's still kicking, yeah?
No.
She passed.
No, she hasn't passed.
I said she's still kicking.
She is, but she did a CBS morning interview recently, and she actually was quite lucid. But it's the days.
Okay. Well,
It's-
she's got to be what?
I have
Is she
heard-
90 yet or no?
No, she's in her 70s.
I've heard.
No.
Yes,
no,
she
no,
is.
no, no.
Yes, she is.
She's got to be in her 80s.
No.
She was in her 70s when I was born.
No,
No.
how old is Liza Minnelli? Because Barbara Streisand's
My
younger.
God.
I've heard talk that she does like to party a bit.
Are you out of your mind? She's been in the back of ambulances more than.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, of course.
So I don't think she's like
She's 75.
mentally deteriorated. I think she might just be cocked a little bit.
Well,
you know?
she's now Streisand's like 79, I think,
My dad is 76.
and Streisand is like I'm out in my garden. Like she's completely with it.
at 79.
79, and she looks amazing.
Yeah. Is she still? Can
she
she
didn't-
still
she
hold a
didn't-
note?
Oh, Streisand! I saw her
100.
2 summers ago,
Yeah.
or 3 summers ago, with my Aunt Cindy live
Yeah.
in Chicago.
Was it
and
fulfilling?
I mean, she can sing.
Really?
Oh yes.
She didn't. She
Oh,
didn't
yes.
lose that many
No,
steps.
Not at all.
Wow.
Streisand can sing. I mean, really, she came out and the first note, we all started crying.
What's Streisand? I'm not a big fan of Streisand, but I like her as an actor. But what is her? I just mean her music's not for me. That's all. What is her big song?
She has a bunch.
What are
So,
you laughing at?
so
Just your
in the
explanation of Barbra
70s, in the
Streisand.
60s,
I just didn't want to sound like I was being a shit. You know
in the
what I mean?
60s,
like her as
it
an
would have been
actress.
"Don't Tell Me Not to Live, Just Sit and Ba Na 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 Na" from
Rain
Funny
on my
Girl.
parade. Is that
But
it?
in the 70s, it would have been "Memory All in the Corners of My Eyes."
Memories, yes. That's not from Cats, right?
The way
No,
we were.
you're thinking of "Memory All Alone in the
I
Moonlight."
gotta be
Yes.
honest. When I saw the movie, as ridiculous as it was, I cried a little bit when she said
Well,
Memory.
first of all, they did
When-
they
when you
did
saw
Jennifer
Cats?
Hudson dirty.
When you saw Cats, the new Cats, you
the
cried.
movie,
The new Cats.
the movie, I thought was absurd.
You cried.
I
You cried to
when-
the new
I
Cats.
cried at Memory a little bit.
I cried when I saw Cats live at Memory because I did.
He
It's
cried to the
emotional
new
when she
Cats
came
movie.
out.
What were you going to say
But
about
the-
James Corden, by the way?
Oh, so James Corden.
Why are we
back to
glossing over
James
this?
Corden.
Why are we glossing
We're-
over
we're
this?
at 45
he
minutes.
cried. Well,
All right, we
at
gotta
the
get to
end
the
we'll say
battle.
what's
Let me-
better,
let me
Eclairs
speak on
or
James
Cannoli?
Corden and-
Warby Parker. If you don't know it, maybe you're living under a rock. I'm not trying to be offensive. I hear about it all the time. I own a bunch of pairs. It's affordable lenses at reasonable prices, and they're fashionable. That's my take on it. I'm not even reading copy.
I hear you. Can I tell you what Warby Parker's about?
Please.
Committed to providing exceptional vision care online and in stores, offering eyeglasses, sunglasses, eye exams, and contact lenses. Glasses starting at $95, including prescription lenses,
Including
which
prescription.
I love because I got to tell you, before a company like this came along, when I had to get new glasses,
Boom, boom,
it
boom.
was-
Reach in your wallet.
say wayo.
Way-o.
It was $350 a pop.
100,
Easy.
yeah,
Easy.
100%.
And you couldn't have multiple
They were
pairs.
$500 pairs. That, by the way,
Yeah.
aren't worth it.
You couldn't have multiple pairs. So
No.
you said if I'm going with the green frames, I'm going with the green frames.
You
I'm
used
stuck
to
with it.
pay $300-400. You could now get 4 different looks, 4 different pairs, all prescription for yourself.
Yes.
And this is the coolest thing. You don't have to go to the store.
Exactly.
You go online and you sign on, and you could. They have this whole program where you try them free at home. It's called the
Yes.
Try On Program. You order 5 pairs of glasses for free to try it at home for 5 days. There's 0 obligation to buy. They ship free and include the prepaid shipping label to return them.
Right. So basically, what you're looking at here is you take the quiz online, you get the box of frames, you try them on, you decide which ones you want, and then you order them. And that's it. It's so easy. It's amazing. It's so easy. It's amazing. Warby Parker is committed to making this convenient for you. All right. So here's what you're going to do. You want to try 5 pair of glasses at home for free? Here's what you do. You go to warbyparker.com/tastebuds.
Warby is WARBY. Parker is PARKER. EnglishLanguage.com/tastebuds.
Try 5 different frames at home for free at warbyparker.com/tastebuds. Folks, welcoming Audible to the podcast. Listen to the new Audible original Summer in Argyle, which was created and written by Nate Odenkirk and his father, Emmy Award winner Bob Odenkirk.
Who you happen to be in scenes with on television.
Yes. Pop in your earbuds. Visit the town of Argyle, Ohio. It's a place that celebrates the spirit of close enough and enjoys both an annual hot dog eating contest and an annual murder. Hear about Argyle's darkest secret, the mysterious death of a magnificent bowler who never bowled and instead warmed the bench the way Argyle folk love. Explore the town's hot spots,
like the DMV, that's also a fancy restaurant, and the world's largest lost and found, or get stitched up by the local surgeon who's also a magician. Soon,
Sounds fun.
you'll be in stitches from performances by a cast that includes comedy greats like David Cross. Awesome seeing them together again. Tim Robinson, pretty cool. Paul F. Tompkins, another Mr. Show alumni, and more. This is one hot dog murder comedy with everything on it. Visit audible.com/Summer in Argyle and listen now. # Summer in Argyle.
The problem
Love
with
a Twinkie.
what I would identify as the problem with Corden is he seems like the friend that when you called him to talk shit would be like, I love them though. You know what I mean? I don't mean this.
No, because
I'm not doing a callback to Rose.
Sometimes we do that ourselves.
But I'm just saying,
sometimes
like,
you'll call to talk shit, and I said I can't do this one. I can't do that.
and it makes me resent you.
Like I have no
No, you love
standing
me for it.
problem
No,
with James
but-
Corden or Fallon
but
because
that's-
they're gigging. You know what I mean?
I agree, I agree.
But there's yeah.
But there's a
that
sense
only,
of
that only goes so far.
There's something that's not authentic.
That only
about
goes
it.
so far. Fallon to me seems like a happy drunk. So I don't have a problem with Fallon. Fallon seems like a guy that is like, whatever, man. You know, like,
Right.
I'm fine with that. I'm fine with Kimmel. Kimmel seems like a real guy. Colbert seems like the suck up to the teacher.
See, I disagree.
And Corden to me seems like the guy that won't say anything negative about anybody. And
See,
you
I-
start to
Didn't
go,
he
you
get
know
in
what,
trouble
dude,
for, when he
stop.
hosted the awards for saying something, or right after he got in trouble for something?
What does it
Corden.
mean in trouble? We're not 7. I hate
I
this
know,
whole
I hate
online
that
like
too.
so and so got in trouble. I'm not on the playground.
Yeah.
I'm an adult. I didn't get in trouble. You didn't like what I said.
Move on.
Let's
yeah,
move
yeah,
on.
Of course.
That's my take on late night.
Bill Burr said the best thing recently. He's like, I know we're mad at words I said in a strip mall, but like, there's garbage in the ocean the size of Alaska.
Yeah, yeah.
What are we mad at? And
Right.
I was like, that's like the best way to put it. Like,
Yeah.
there is garbage in the ocean the size of Alaska.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we going to argue about this or not? What is going on?
No, I
Cannoli
just wanted
and
to reflect on that heavy.
Oh,
we
well.
all reflected that.
We better do the chants.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
I mean, okay.
Ready?
Yeah. No matter what happens, I love you. No matter what happens, I love you. No matter what happens, I love you.
Time to
BATTLE buds.
All right, here we go.
Everyone has the same reaction, and I just like to say that we like it. It's
For some reason,
ingratiating.
that felt homophobic.
Yeah.
I felt like
Not
that was
for some
I
reason.
felt like
For
that was
every
a
reason you
hate
think-
How
crime.
dare you? By the way, as I do this,
Yeah.
how dare you?
Cover.
How dare you?
How dare you?
The chants help us not take the tension during the argument home.
Well, okay. Great. I'm glad you two feel good about this agreement.
Are you not having fun?
I'm having a blast. Are you out of your mind?
All right, great,
I'm having a good time.
Actually, you know what's funny? We all see each other all the time, you know, doing spots in the city, all the time, but it always is like a little bit of like a on the go. We might talk for 10 minutes, but then you go, I have to go in here, they're in here. But it is nice to have an extended sit down as if we were actually hanging out. We haven't gotten to the arguing yet, but it's nice to hang out with friends. I don't do it often.
It's great.
Literally, the podcast is the only way I do it.
No, I mean that sincerely. It is great. I love Mateo. Stop. I'm serious. Outside of you, Mateo is probably the only friend I have that I actually have sit-down dinners with.
Yeah.
I will often go over to Sal's house and have a full sit-down dinner with.
Which I told you about.
we should all do that together. Yeah.
But you're outside of that. You, Keith, Dante.
It was so fun, wasn't
It's
that?
usually the 5 of us, right?
Yeah.
And it's 5, right? Yeah. And we'll usually go out and have a nice sit-down dinner together. And you're one of the few people on earth outside of this guy that am willing to spend $150 to eat dinner with.
That's Keith. Keith
Where I'm not
likes to
going
eat
like,
well.
yeah, where I'm not going like, I'll just meet you at Lenny's sandwiches. I don't give a shit, dude. Come on. You know what I mean? Or let's get a coffee. It's like, no, let's go down.
Remember when it
let's
rained on us
sit.
at
Yeah, it
Revolta? It was
yes.
awesome.
I have some nice memories.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Good times.
All right. Well, now you are our enemy now.
Okay, deal. An easy position I've been in many
We're
times
doing
before.
cannolis versus eclairs.
Right.
Not croissants. And Mateo has cannolis, which by the by, they are really good. But eclairs, we're thinking it's going to take cannoli out.
I think it'll take it out. Yes, but as our guest, we'd like to give you the opening arguments
Sure.
as to why cannolis, in your opinion, are the best elongated dessert.
In the world of elongated desserts.
I don't know how else to put it. It's a long. That's really the parallel between these two. They're kind of long.
Dessert.
That's not what I meant. That's not what I meant.
But they use that in the song in C'è la luna mezzo mare, like. Like and you know that song C'è la luna mezzo mare mamma mia. They're saying if you marry the baker he'll put the cannoli in your hand. They're talking about if you marry the instrumentalist he'll put the flute in your hand. Yeah, they're talking about
children sing this song.
Well, at weddings it's like adult. You know Italians were also.
Yeah.
But it's you know un cannolo, like, you know.
Oh, I figured out what song I want to sing with you.
What?
Huh?
You gonna harmonize?
No,
now?
not now. But I just another time.
Just harmonize now.
And so am I. And so am I. What the fuck is the song? The song.
Oh mama, oh mama, that's the that's c'è la luna mezzo mare, mamma mia, mamma dare, figlia mia, butterare, mamma mia, pensarci tu. And then, oh mama, la 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 la.
Is that the song they sing in? Did you ever see Easy Money with Rodney Dangerfield?
No.
Filmed on Staten Island.
What's the song he sings at his daughter's wedding?
You're thinking of Godfather where they sing C'è la luna.
No, yeah. What's the song he sings at his
In the backyard where they're all packed in the square.
Yeah.
Fudge.
And so am I.
Yeah,
and so am I.
Yeah. That's it.
It is that, right?
Yeah.
Or I guess he's doing the English version. Okay. Anyway. All right. Cannoli opening argument.
What about Hey Mama? Hey Mambo.
That's the same song we just...
Mambo Italiano. Hey
Oh, you know what?
Mambo.
Mambo number 5. Let's go.
No.
I'm kidding. You said Mambo. It's a joke.
A little bit of Jessica in my life. A little bit.
You want to do it? Let's do it. 1,
I don't remember.
2, 3, 4, 5.
You think he's still wearing that zoot suit?
Yes. He walks around in it.
Look, I don't mind Eclairs. I guess as a sense of like a cultural thing. Okay, great. I understand this is important culture. There's Eclair, chocolate Eclair. But cannoli has I like things with a specific point of view. A cannoli is very specific. In other words, a cannoli.
Chips or no chips?
I say no chips.
Okay.
So, and I'm talking like real Sicilian.
Oh, really?
Cannoli.
No chocolate chips?
No.
All right. That's
maybe
interesting.
some pistachio outside, no dried fruit in it. But I think a cannoli, you've got great textures.
Okay.
So you got the hard, crunchy shell with the soft ricotta in the middle, and then a little bit of the pistachio on the outside. So you're getting a variation of textures that are both sweet, that are both sort of cinnamony with the shell, and then you get the nuttiness of the pistachio.
If I may.
I'm not done with my
no.
argument.
I just want to compliment something you said.
Yeah, sure.
You give him the business. Give him the business.
No. I never in a million years would have called out the pistachio. That's a very interesting
It's a
detail.
component.
I just wouldn't have thought of it.
Here's my thing. I
No,
love
wait.
Well,
No,
I think with an Eclair, I don't mind Eclairs. They're often a stranger texture because it's all too soft, or it can get mushy, or it feels.
Well, cannolis can get mushy, my friend.
Yeah, but if you have it, we're talking about how if it's presented to you in the way it should be presented, right?
Fine.
I mean, you can get kind of a bite in the dough that they cook or bake rather with an Eclair, but it feels lazy to me because I'm just gonna slap some chocolate on top and shove something in the middle. You know how many grinder dates have ended that way? A lazy top. So I think a cannoli. It's a little more dedication.
What are we in Vegas?
Oh, I said what I said. I said what I said.
Listen to me. If you're talking about it both in their greatest form, you cannot disrespect the Eclair. The Eclair is a fresh, flaky pastry with
I don't think it's flaky. I don't think it's even meant to be flaky.
Not flaky.
Doughy.
I mean, doughy.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that chocolate on top. I mean, that is the kicker. It's like the bow on top of the present.
Yes, but how
which is
lazy
the cream.
to just to make something and then say, you know what will make this better? Slather chocolate on top. Just children do this with cookies. I mean, this is not a difficult thing to do.
Babe. They do that with cannolis too. I see chocolate
real
covered
cannoli.
cannoli shells
Chocolate
all
dipped,
the time.
Real cannolis.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to some authentic Italian bakeries in New York, and they absolutely have chocolate
I have
covered.
been to Sicily, where they're from. I'm discussing the Sicilian cannoli.
I will tell
the
you,
classic Sicilian cannoli.
but I will tell you also that not everybody has the taste for the cannoli. It can have a bit of a sour taste to it.
It shouldn't, but I understand what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Because you're talking like ricotta, sheep's milk ricotta. Yeah. But that's why I'm saying it's an evolved, delicate, advanced dessert created in the beautiful lands of Sicily that sometimes is an acquired taste, so you appreciate it more once you actually get it.
But I don't think you have to acquire a
But it's
taste for an
hack.
Eclair.
No, but it's hack to say anyone can eat this. If a child and a man in his early hundreds eat this, they're going to say, sugar, yum. That's an Eclair.
I don't agree, and I'll tell you that if something is widely popular, why is it hack? It just means that it appeals to more people.
Also, too, and I will say you're wrong. Because when I was a child, I thought eclairs were disgusting. I didn't have the palate
French
for
fry.
it. When I got older, around the time I started to appreciate the cannoli was when I also started to appreciate the eclair.
You know
I
what?
think they're very similar. Now, what I do like
Not
about
everybody
the
can
cannoli,
whip up also an amazing fresh batch of custard. The custard is the hero, but then the dough and the chocolate, but just combined for the punch. I'm telling you, it's mixing 3 textures and at least 2 textures and 3 flavors together.
They're too similar. They're fighting against each other rather than with each other. In other words, you eat a cannoli, I know the difference between the 3 flavors that are going into my mouth. So I can appreciate them on different levels. If I'm eating an Eclair, I'm just shoving dough with chocolate on it.
No.
And we're giving it a French
I also
name, so
think you're-
suddenly it's expensive.
I also think
Is
you're
it not
putting
French?
I also think
I'm
you're
just
putting
saying Eclair.
I think you're
But we're not giving it a French name.
but
It's French.
I also
Right.
think you're putting way too fine a point on the 3 flavors of the cannoli.
Okay.
The 2 flavors of the cannoli, let's be honest, that you're getting are the creamy cheese, whatever that
Yes,
what
but
is filling,
even in the cheese
and
itself.
the shell. Now hold on,
because
but
in the
here's
cheese
thing.
itself, it's ricotta with sugar, and balanced correctly it gives you a multitude of flavors.
Okay, so what I would say this is what I love about the cannoli. It is the egg roll of desserts. It's an egg roll. It's a flaky, delicious dessert.
I wish you never said that.
Why?
Even I was like, I don't know
Is
if
it
I follow.
ruined?
I just really wanted to get you to laugh. I'm trying so hard to get you to laugh.
No,
and you're
I'm
so
enjoying you thoroughly.
Good
so
luck. Good
into
luck.
this. You know what you are? You're the opposite of James Corden. Whoever your guest is, they are your enemy.
That's what I want.
That is
I
who
want
you are.
Borden.
Keith Robinson told me a story once. Speaking of Keith Robinson, the most evil man on earth.
Yes.
Told me a story once where he was co-hosting Wanda Sykes' TV show. This is a true story. He was the co-host of Wanda Sykes' TV show, and he was reprimanded several times because the producers would pull him aside after tapings and go, Keith, you can't tell the guests to shut up and that they're stupid.
You stink.
He stinks. He stinks.
Several times yelled at for that. Anyway,
I love that about Keith.
I do. I've always, and this is not a knock, I've always thought of the cannoli as the egg roll of a dessert. It's very, for some reason, reminiscent of an egg roll to me.
Tag me in.
It's the flaky, crusty thing.
But it's
The
not flaky.
Eclair-
It's crunchy. An egg roll.
No, an
is,
egg
first
roll.
of all,
An egg roll will end up on your shirt. I
No.
mean, I'm sorry. A cannoli will end up on your shirt.
Fine.
You bite it, it's flaking onto your shirt.
Tag me in.
Not flaking though, crunching.
Okay,
there's
but,
a difference.
But you get my point. I
Wow.
understand.
Let me tell you
Cardboard
something.
and cheese. Cardboard and cheese. The Italian, you right? The clam shaped Italian thing where it's the pastry with the cheese inside of it. My mom called it cardboard and cheese. That's what they called it in Philly. It's got
wow, Philly's
yeah.
not even hiding their trash. They're like,
cardboard
Yeah.
and cheese. But I promise you know this
he's,
dessert.
he's the original Fresh
It's
Prince.
it's the layered like sort of it's the layered sort of stringy.
not so fresh.
Yeah. It's the layered sort of
West
stringy
Philadelphia, the Fresh
pastry
Prince, here he is.
that's clamshell shaped, and with cream cheese in it.
I don't know. Una
If
mozzarella
you
and carrozza.
if you saw it, you go, oh, that.
Well, what I'm saying.
But my
about-
point is
but an egg. Hold on. Look, an
Tag
egg roll
me in.
is hot, and an egg roll is compact, tight, and an egg roll is meant for dipping and putting in your mouth. A cannoli is delicate.
He is the king of bad metaphors and
You're telling
parallels
me
and
you don't
comparisons.
think you don't think the shell of the egg roll is
They're
a
shaped
reminiscent.
That's
similarly.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
But let me
But
say
one's-
this. I think
You
a
don't think you
cannoli.
can put an egg roll skin around some of this ricotta filling?
If we're
and it
talking
wouldn't
about
taste
if we're
great?
talking about a downside of a cannoli, I think the cannoli suffers from the same downside as a taco, which you could bite your first bite into it and then it just falls apart
Now,
completely.
look, I'm not going to argue. You're right. I'm not going to argue the transportation
drops
of a cannoli
it,
and the
hands,
mobility of a
it
cannoli.
breaks apart, and then after that, you're just picking up slops of crunchy,
Yes.
broken
Hey,
things,
go-
and you're getting it into your mouth.
Cannoli egg rolls are a thing.
Thank you.
Cannoli
Wow.
egg rolls are a
Thank
thing.
you.
Thank
I
you
assure
for being
neither,
a friend.
Neither any Asians or Italians are involved
Travel
in a cannoli egg
down
roll.
the road and back again.
Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant.
Down, down, down.
If you threw a party, invited everyone you knew. You would see the biggest gift would be from me, and the heart attacks would say, thank you for being a friend.
I'll tell you nothing about a
Did I change the
cannoli.
lyrics?
You did.
You did. I heard you.
I said, and the heart attack would say thank you.
Wait, you can't dunk a cannoli. And let me tell you
Did you,
something
wait,
right
did you ever
now.
see that one guy and like the thank you for being oh yeah, travel down the road and back again. Hey, so we started from the bottom, now we're here now. Ooh, if you threw my ear, the biggest gift, and he rips off his wig.
I fucking love it. I love
I'm
it.
making that today's theme song.
Great.
All right. Beautiful.
I'll tell you nothing about cannoli. I am a dunker through and through, and you can't dunk a cannoli.
Yeah, but the cannolis are not meant to dunk. In other words, I like cake, and I'm not dunking it in anything.
But it's a pastry, and most pastries, you know, one of the things you
That-
love is it's right in the
that's-
coffee.
This is not true. I do not believe most pastries are meant to be dipped in things. I meant
Really?
to be eaten that way.
Thank
and
you.
Some
And
are,
I
can be
argue this
established.
with him all the time. He's a
Don't
big
go against
dunker.
me, you son of a bitch.
You've been going against me the whole day.
My
we can't-
plan-
we can't
my
fraction
plan is
now.
working.
We can't fraction
me
now.
2 seconds ago when I
No,
did
it
the
wasn't.
egg
We
roll
just
comparison.
harmonized together.
I just made the egg roll analogy you went against.
What
me.
Because I
happened to-
can only speak my truth.
What happened to your
My
stupid
truth
chance?
is just dunking is dumb.
We are the
Mateo,
friends that...
hold on right now, Mateo. Joe,
He loves to dunk, and I don't give a shit.
we're together.
You just went against me, you
Because it was a
fucking
stupid
asshole.
thing to say.
Is it the
was a
closest you
stupid
can get
thing.
to being
I'm
in
an
the
asshole.
NBA?
Huh?
Is it the
You're a
closest you can
fucking
get to being in
human
the
egg
NBA?
roll.
Is dipping his pastry
You fucking
into
human
something
egg
that
roll.
jump all the
You
time.
girthy
Trash him.
roll.
Trash him, please.
Trash me.
That was a nice trashing you just gave
You
me.
missed it.
What is
I said,
it?
is this the closest you've gotten to being in the NBA? Oh, I dunk. I assure you.
Yeah.
I assure you, I dunk.
Yeah, dunking
so
is
Bussing
donuts.
tables.
Because this is making me nervous.
Put one in there.
Please.
All right.
Who's out? By the way, who's out there? Is it Paul or Lucas?
What? Oh, you're opening?
No, somebody came into the bar and is unloading something.
They came in to tell us to shut up.
Well, you're unloading a lot.
Huh? Oh, it's Lucas? All right. Lucas is a good man. He's out there right now. All right.
That's it, babe. That's it.
Are we in the Civil War?
I don't want your civil war.
Pouring whiskey.
Hey, Lucas is a good man. I wrote
Don't
my
turn-
Emma this morning.
Don't turn against me.
Babe, you turned against me 2 seconds ago and said to Matteo, and I quote, he does this in the most dismissive
You're
way
right.
possible.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're
so
right.
own your shit and
I
I'll
just
own
owned it.
mine. Own your shit and I'll
I
own mine.
just owned it.
Oh my God.
Sweet Lord. I
I
just
mean,
owned it.
what else do I expect from a man who wears his own face on his chest?
Oh, don't do that. It's new merch and it says Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
I only wore it because I need to pay my mortgage.
Oh, yeah. Because you're not making a lot of money.
Oh, don't go there, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Don't go there, you son of a bitch.
The TV show that's kept the lights on is True TV. True TV wouldn't be a network anymore without
What
this
does
guy's
that-
show.
It would be- He likes
He's
to put-
got to sell 6 T-shirts to keep his lights on. Give me a break. Give me a fucking
no,
break.
This is what he does. Every once in a while, he just goes
You mean
at me.
he needs these shirts for the pool? The mortgage is paid.
I know.
No.
But I want a
But who's paying the
waterfall in
pool?
my pool.
Yeah.
I'm giving you
These
Can I
rocks
tell you
aren't.
What'll move shirts? If I give you one of these bad boys and you wear it, whoo, the shirts will move.
I don't think they will. I
I'm
think
gonna get you a small.
half of Staten Island's gonna be like, "Is this gonna make me gay? I'm not
No,
wearing this
no.
shirt."
No, not at all. I'm gonna get you a small. You wear it around town.
All right.
You wear it around town, and you make no apologies for it, and I'll let you. I'll give you 10%.
I like how the caveat's like, make no apologies for this shirt.
Listen, here's the thing. I think Sal has made some great points about the cannoli. And I think that he is absolutely right. I've had many cannolis. And I love cannolis. But I have never
Cannoli, it's already plural.
I've never had...
Oh!
Put the claws away. Relax. I've never had a cannoli that even the best cannolis I've ever had. I never had a cannoli that I didn't have to eat like this because the powdered sugar, the whatever else.
That's like saying,
it's gonna make
I
a
don't
mess.
like fried wings. I don't like wings because they're messy.
Listen,
sometimes the best
and
foods
you
we
have-
have are apples are messy.
Okay,
I mean, what is
but
this?
you make a great point, and I actually made that same point in the last episode. We were arguing. I said to Mark Norman, I said that's like saying you don't like ribs because they get sauce on your mouth
Right.
or whatever. I hear
Which,
you.
didn't you pick honey?
Yes.
The messiest of all three. The messiest of all three.
Oh no, I think
sticks everywhere.
I think Nutella is.
No, it's Nutella. You pick up, done. It's chocolate.
I'm
Honey.
not
Let's
saying
stick on
this
the
is not a battle.
But wait, let me hold on. I want to stick on the subject for a second. So I hear you about the cannoli. I make this argument all the time. Sometimes things take effort, and that makes them more worthwhile. I hear you, but the beauty of an eclair is you pop that out of the box. It is hot dog bun soft. It's so soft.
It's decadent.
And it's 3 flavors. It's dough, cream or custard, and chocolate frosting. And that thing,
And that chocolate
from
frosting
front
is
to
not
back,
overpowering. It's just because the kick it needs at the end. You know
from
what I'm saying?
front to back, it doesn't fall apart. It is so like together the whole
if you're
time.
only-
I've never had something that creamy and delicious that is that
I'll tell you,
concise and neat.
Well, I'll introduce you to some men. But I think, it's like if we're talking about the messiness of something, then this disqualifies almost all good foods.
That's a very good
so
point.
I don't think.
It's a very
Are we
good
going
point.
to
It's
argue?
fair. We're all
are
over
we
the
gonna
charts,
Are we
yeah.
going to argue on taste and sophistication, or are we going to argue on I can
listen,
carry? Because
it's
guess
a
what?
good-
Go-Gurt is super easy to carry around and super easy
It's the
and
most
super
disgusting
creamy.
thing
He hit you
ever.
with the
But that's
Go-Gurt
the point I'm
defense.
making. It's
But
like,
no, but I
are we
hear
talking
you.
about flavor? Or are we
But I
talking
hear
about
you.
mobility?
But Go-Gurt is also coming out of a plastic tube. So my point is this.
Where do you think eclairs are coming from? It's in a plastic tube and it's
No,
piped out.
but you know what I mean. Go-Gurt is you don't eat
So
the,
isn't it clear?
You don't
'Cause I
eat the casing
actually,
of
I had a guest
Go-Gurt.
at my house recently that bought cannoli. Had a guest at my house recently that bought cannoli shells with the bag of cannoli cream, and you make your own as you go. and
Listen,
it was
you bring up a good
delightful.
point. You bring up a
I
good
love
point.
it. I love the
When
nacho
someone-
style where it's the
Piping,
shells that you
you're still
dip.
piping it yourself though.
You make a great point. Someone comes to your house, you're having a dinner party, you bring dessert, and they have a box with them. And they open up that box. If you see 15 cannoli or 15 eclairs, what are you most excited for?
I think the eclair.
You are
I
just
think the eclair.
I'm more
monster.
When I bite into a fresh eclair, I actually what I feel in my heart is ooh la 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 la.
I'm more
Like
impressed.
Delight. You ever see that song? You guys don't
I'm
know
more
Delight.
impressed by the cannoli.
Right. Because you
I'm
understand
more excited about,
sophistication.
but I'm
It's
more
like
excited about the eclair.
Are you more excited about champagne or Diet Coke?
Also, and I got to tell you this, and I got to
Oh,
tell
I
you
said
this,
what I said.
and I got to tell you
getting
this.
low.
But I got to tell you this too. I can eat 2 eclairs and be like, I had 2 eclairs. All right, it's dessert. I shouldn't eat dessert. Whatever. I eat 2 cannolis. I want to throw myself off a building.
Well, first of all,
top.
we
I
shouldn't
feel
be
so
eating
guilty.
2 cannoli.
I feel so guilty.
The amount you
a little more
consume.
dense.
Hold on a second. The amount you consume of the dessert has nothing to do with how good
Again,
it is.
he's correct. He's really breaking
what
down
is this?
scientifically
Stop
your argument.
siding
But he
with
is.
him.
But he is.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, stop lofting.
These are counter arguments I make to you all the
but
time.
they're bad counter arguments, bro.
No,
Working.
You said they were great counter arguments.
Well, I'm saying.
I'm saying what he's saying,
He's dismantling your counter arguments. If Ron
I
says,
have made these arguments.
Use
No,
your
I'm
noodle.
saying his counter arguments are arguments I make to you all the time when we're battling, and you dismiss them. Dismiss them now.
well, I
Idiot.
take each battle in its own. I take each battle in its own.
Start spreading the news.
I say we
Also-
sing another. Let's sing another.
What do we think is more famous in the world?
Eclairs.
I think cannoli.
Eclairs.
I think is associated.
Look.
You know what?
How
That's a
many
good question.
famous?
we
It's the
Google
most
that?
famous movie of all time. Leave the gun, take the cannoli.
All right.
They didn't say eclair.
Okay.
Leave the gun, take the eclair.
Okay.
No, they said cannoli. It's
No,
associated with one of the best
let's-
movies ever
let's
made.
go to the books. How many eclairs, how many cannolis sold in the United States a year?
How about worldwide?
Worldwide? Let's do it worldwide. Let's do it worldwide. Worldwide. Wow, we hit a wall right there.
No,
We're
we just
waiting
waiting for
on
stats.
statistics. Yeah.
We're in sense because I also want to get a nutritional count after this.
Well, nutritional.
These are,
I
they
think
have nothing to
nutrition.
do with the
yeah,
arguments.
I think
Babe, we argue
Celery is
nutritional
better
every
than
week.
cannoli.
Why are you acting like we don't do this every week?
No, I'm saying He's going to dismantle the nutrition argument. I know he is.
Because
He's not. It's
we're
part of the
arguing over
argument.
desserts, and we're going to nutritional
Yeah,
arguments.
yeah, I can see that.
This doesn't even begin to make sense.
I'll tell you
Because
why it
The
does.
last thing when
You
you
brought
order
up
an
soda.
eclair
I'll
or
tell
a
you-
the
I'll
last
tell you
thing
what.
you think about where you order an eclair or cannoli is, I wonder what the nutritional
I'll
value
tell you
of this
why.
is.
I'll tell you why.
It's a dessert.
I'll tell you why the nutritional count makes sense. because it's the same reason why I rarely order a cannoli. Halfway through it, I feel like I'm going to go into a coma. I don't feel like that from an Eclair.
It does
and
feel
my
like-
point is that it's a heavier, the cannoli is a heavier, richer, more caloric dessert.
I'm glad you said
And I
it's-
think
it's-
that is a negative.
I
didn't-
disagree.
I didn't find my cannoli space until I was older. I used to buy cannolis as a kid and be like, I just don't get this.
You can't.
I acquired it, but Eclairs, it was a home run for my first bite. It was
And
a
you
love
also
affair.
can't say. You
Right,
also
but
can't say.
but you kids love ding dongs, and old men love ding dongs.
I love ding dongs.
It's a sweet treat that's
But-
soft. You throw
but
in
you
your
also
mouth,
can't
and
say-
it's easy to go.
but-
A cannoli, you have to think about.
I will tell
Okay,
you,
but it
if a
doesn't
bu-
mean it's a better food.
if two
I
boxes,
disagree.
if
It doesn't
two-
mean, look, listen, Stravinsky is a more complex music than Guns N' Roses.
Correct.
Doesn't mean that it's better.
Disagree.
Doesn't mean that it's better. So my point is this. With I love cheesecake, okay? But I think chocolate cake is superior. Why? Not just a flavor thing. I also think that I can eat a slice of chocolate cake and not feel terrible.
But
I have
your-
to pick and choose my battles
Yes,
with
but
cheesecake.
your personal experience with how you eat has nothing to do with the foods
Sal-
themselves as a
Sal,
standalone.
bring back the argument for the corned beef ham cheese episode.
First of all, corned beef is
you
disgusting.
know that
Corned beef is
Hold on.
absolute
That's not-
trash.
that's not-
Boom, boom,
Trash.
boom,
But
you say
Sal-
way out.
You're eating. You just want salt.
Your argument in that episode was when I eat a
do
corn-
say our personal experience
Yeah.
comes into play. Otherwise, what do we have?
Sure, but I'm also saying as a universal experience, we're talking about two desserts. Your personal experience, my personal experience with an Eclair, it does not satisfy me, and I leave thinking I could have also had a Hershey's bar and felt the same.
Fine, but exactly. So that means your
And
personal experience
a cannoli
counts.
as a specific point of view
But
that you
that's-
eat and you think that was a cannoli.
But that means your personal experience counts, which is why you're arguing for cannoli versus
that's the
Eclair.
point I'm trying to make.
Aesthetically, I think an Eclair has a cannoli beat.
A
Aesthetically.
mushy penis
No,
stick?
you
It's not
see-
mushy.
No, it's not a mushy piece.
I don't know where you're getting this mushy thing
Because
from.
they
If
can
you
be
see
mushy.
if you see a little tower of Eclairs with fresh chocolate on them and stuff like that, and a cannoli, if you put them on a table, you set them down at a party. I think people are reaching for the cannoli.
I think they're going
and it
for-
has a secret
give
ingredient.
you-
I'm glad you
which
just
is
said
chocolate.
cannoli.
I'll give you.
Freudian slip. Thank
I'll
you.
give you another pro.
You got me.
Another pro Eclair argument. Longevity. You can have an Eclair. You can have a box of Eclairs for a couple days. They're going to be all right. That cannoli, you don't hit that on the
You
first
can eat
day.
again. You can eat a
They don't-
Twinkie from 1955.
No,
What
you
is
know
this?
that I'm right.
Twinkie.
You
That's
know
what
that
I
I'm
should
think
be in
the
a battle.
argument
Twinkie
is
should be in a battle.
I think the argument is about
Can you mark down
what is a
Twinkie?
better dessert when
Twinkie?
it's sitting in front of you and you're eating it. Not can I put this in the cabinet for 6 weeks? I don't think that has
Not
anything to
6
do
weeks.
with the dessert.
Not 6 weeks. It has to
Because
do
that's like saying, well, then
but
you
it has
can't
to do
have-
with the construction. And a cannoli, I would argue that
It's
by the
constructed
end
better.
of the night will not be as deliciously edible as it was at the
Saturday.
beginning.
But again, I don't believe that this is a part of the argument because basically what you're saying is the longevity more important, or when it's presented to you and presented how you're supposed to eat it?
I'm not saying that longevity is important. Maybe it was the wrong word to use. What I'm saying though is longevity to me speaks to construction and speaks to there's a quality to be had in construction. And when I can say
Back to
this thing
construction.
holds itself together for a longer period of time, there's some value in that to me.
Yeah, the value is that you can eat it tomorrow. But my argument is if I order cannoli at a restaurant, I don't think box this up and I'll eat it tomorrow. Is that I want to eat this now.
Okay.
So we're arguing over the dish presented to you
Can
in that
I-
time to eat
can
it.
I
Not,
offer-
you don't look at it and think, how will this taste tomorrow?
Can I offer some levity?
Yes.
Can I offer some levity? I admit that the best cannoli is better than the best Eclair.
There you go.
I admit it. But on the whole,
I don't know if I agree with that.
I go Eclair. On the whole.
I don't
I
know
think
if I...
more
More
helped
times
me
out of
win.
none. No, more times out of none, I go Eclair.
But
and
I
you know what
also-
I hate? When they try to sell you the little mini Eclairs, or, the little mini cannolis or the cannolis in a market that are from a bakery, they always are a disappointment.
But I got to
Always.
tell you,
That's like getting an Eclair at like Publix or something.
I got to
Yeah,
tell
that's
you,
true.
and this
Same
is
thing.
this is a
Sentiments,
knock
yeah.
against the cannoli. I like a mini cannoli. Why? Because I can eat it and not feel like shit.
Yeah.
A whole cannoli, you got to be. I went to an Italian coffee shop down in Fide with Paul Italia, my dear friend and partner here, Joey Roses, 174 Remington Street. We went to an Italian coffee shop. We had some. It's awesome. It's a classic Italy style coffee shop. You stand at the counter, you drink your espresso. They have fresh baked pastries. We got mini cannolis. And they had full cannolis. I got a mini one with my espresso. Why? Because it was the middle of the day, and I was like, if I eat a whole cannoli right now,
This doesn't help us.
I'm going to be tired.
Can I say something? First of all, I'm glad that cannolis of any shape are good for you. And secondly, I've had so I'm not to sound so verbose, but having a real cannolo in Sicily is very different than the experience of having it here. An American cannoli is different, just like pizza is different.
These people were Italian. They were accents.
Yes, but my cousins from Sicily were with me yesterday at an Italian restaurant. Yeah, I know. So, but hear me out.
Don't get me wrong. When I was in there, I said, you people.
Having a real cannoli in Sicily
Your
is
Egyptian comes out when you get into the bakery.
It's a lighter experience and a fresher experience, similar to having carbonara in New York is different than having carbonara in Rome. So a real cannoli in its truest form, I'm sure like an Eclair in France is different than it is here. So you have a real cannoli in Sicily.
So let me ask you this.
Lighter
I understand that.
taste.
So let me ask you this: if you could come down from your special pedestal,
No, I'm perched here and I'm comfortable.
You're getting Joey Roast.
where you have cannolis only in the finest markets of
Well,
Palermo.
I'm sorry. Would you prefer I have them in Philly next to your cardboard
Maybe.
cheese? Where do you want me to have the cannoli? I'm going to have a cannoli where the cannoli's from. So maybe you dig yourself out from your Oscar the Grouch
just like
trash
spaghetti,
can.
just like spaghetti's from Italy, right? Stole
Actually-
it from China.
So actually, the
Egg
first...
rolls once again.
First of all, the first pasta, because pasta and noodles are two different things. The first pasta was found as a lasagna in ancient Rome, which predates where they found it in China.
No, and Columbus discovered America. Listen,
Guarda che questa stunad.
my God Almighty,
Questa stunad.
it's outrageous what you Italians claim.
Type pasta into Snopes.
All right, Pimp, read us some comments. This was fun. This is great.
I had a great time.
This is great. Read us some comments. Or
There's a
tweets,
reason Eclairs are sold at every 7-Eleven across the country. It's trash. You have to have class to enjoy a cannoli.
You can get a cannoli.
I love them. What's their name?
That was the ham sandwich.
Okay, the ham sandwich.
Wow.
Ti
That's
amo.
All right.
Listen, I love Eclair as much as the next guy, but nothing makes me want to drape an Italian flag around me faster than a fresh cannoli.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
Let's see.
We might be in trouble here.
Cannoli was in The Godfather, a lot of that.
Hey.
You said it.
Eclairs are elongated Boston cream donuts. The superior donut makes them the super tastier treat for the win.
Okay, interesting.
Wow, bringing
Yeah,
Boston into the conversation. We go from Sicily to Boston in this conversation.
And then somebody
Gross.
just says, shout out Little Debbie for giving us better options.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
well, both?
interesting.
If that person was face down in a river, I'd keep walking.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Cannolis are too phallic.
Okay.
Oh, and
I mean,
an
they're
Eclair.
both valid.
An Eclair's shaped like what?
Yeah, they're both
what?
valid.
An arm? An idiot. Complete moron.
Always feels trashier eating food with my hands.
Okay, well, you eat. Who eats?
You eat both with
Who
your
eats an
hands.
Eclair with a fork and knife?
No way.
Like Mr. Peterman or
Remember
whatever.
that? Remember that Seinfeld?
With this-
One of the greatest Seinfeld lines.
that's-
I saw a guy the other day eating M&M's with a spoon.
A lot
One of the
of
greatest Seinfeld lines.
people
Go ahead.
saying cannoli has more variety.
Oh, that's bullshit.
That's true.
No, it's not.
You can get a chocolate Eclair.
There's a
dipped
chocolate-covered
Eclair.
one where you put chocolate chips in it.
No, they got tons of different kinds.
All right.
A lot of people are saying the movie Van Wilder ruined both desserts for them. I don't even know.
I
the reference.
picture semen involved.
Something
Yeah.
like
That
that.
was like Ryan Reynolds like college frat type of movie.
Wasn't that based on Burt Kreischer?
Apparently.
Oh, maybe.
Apparently. I was confused, though, because Ryan Reynolds kept his shirt on. Folks.
Actually, I don't think he did.
Speedo, though.
He was naked in that movie, actually, climbing out a window naked.
I'm just
Oh,
making a joke. I
sorry.
love Bert. Bert, hi.
hi, Bert.
Sorry.
Hello, Bert.
Come on, guys. This is like picking a favorite child.
Ooh.
By the way,
Tough
every
battle.
parent has a favorite child. Go on.
True.
Let's not all lie to ourselves and say like,
Very
I
true.
love them all the same. You don't.
You don't. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Eclairs are just hot dog donuts.
That's very good. All right.
A lot of people are saying this has an East Coast bias.
Which one?
I don't know. They just just said this poll.
I would
Maybe-
say
maybe-
the winner. I would say the winner is the first one. And once again, it's weird that the last few episodes has been the first tweet is the winner. The
I like-
7-Eleven. Oh, go
I
ahead.
like this one. I dragged my nuts over broken glass for a single bite of a cannoli.
All right,
God, I really love
give that
this.
the win.
Wow, that guy
Who is
likes
it, Pimp?
cannolis.
Underscore CREATIIONNS.
All right, follow that person. And here we go. Humble pie.
This is the humble pie segment where we get
Just
the
so you
results
know.
and somebody eats it.
Just so you know. Wait. Do your plugs right now.
Oh, when does this come out?
2 weeks. 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Okay, so
No, 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah. We have
All
one
right.
more.
I will be performing at the Park West Theater in Chicago. We added a second show. It's
Very
almost
good.
sold out, so please
Very
get
nice.
it. House of Comedy Vancouver,
Nice.
April 7th and 9th. Detroit, April 22nd, 23rd. And Columbus, April 24th. For all tickets, go to MatteoLaneComedy.com or follow me on Instagram at Matteo Lane.
I
Two
love
T's.
it. I love
Boom.
it. I love it. I love it.
Boom. All right.
You ready?
Now, whoever wins, you have to. If you win, you have to say, "I still love you,"
Okay.
and then that's it.
Can we do our plugs?
You do your plugs.
Yeah.
New dates just announced. Besides the Beacon on May 14th, which I need you to go to, I got LA at the Wiltern on May 22nd, San Diego on May 21st, and the new dates just announced on sale now: Louisville, Evansville, Tulsa, Oklahoma City, Rochester, Syracuse, Milwaukee, Minneapolis, and Hampton Beach. SalVulcanoComedy.com.
So wait, when does this episode come out? Okay.
Oh, perfect. I'm the 25th.
Well, folks, here's plugs. I hope you saw me in Philly last weekend and at South by Southwest. But I will be at the Irvine Improv in California in April, and then I will be going down to San Diego to do a bunch of shows. Right after that, and then in May, I'm coming back to Austin to the Creek and Cave. I'll also be doing the Come and Take It Festival in Houston in May. Go to joederosainfo.com for all ticket sales and information. I'll be in Fort Collins in Colorado, right?
Texas?
I think it's Fort Collins. Fort Worth, I don't know. Well, wherever the hell Fort Collins is. I'll be there at the Comedy Fort in June. Come out to see that. And then also, if you're in New York, come see us here at Joey Rose's, 174 Rivington Street. Open Tuesday through Sunday. JoeyRosesNYC.com for all info.
One last thing for the pod. We never asked this, but we're starting to now because it makes a difference. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at No Presh. Like and rate us on iTunes and Spotify. It does help us. If you love the podcast and you want to help us, that's what you can do.
All right, guys, ready? 11,000
Yep.
votes.
11,000
Oh my
votes.
God, that's a lot. That's more than the last one.
Yeah, here we go.
All right.
Start from the bottom. Oh, no, wait. There's not 3. There's 2. Okay.
Two.
Here we go.
right.
Is it close, Quimp? Is it close?
So the winner has 56%,
Ooh, close.
and the winner is Cannoli.
We've lost the last 2 weeks of guests.
Pick a winner.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. You're all bastard people. Eat it and weep.
I can't believe
It was close. It was a good battle.
Allora ti amo e ti amo.
Sì.
Ti voglio bene, ti voglio bene.
I agree.
Che divertente litigare con te. Very fun to fight with you, I
All
said.
right, I love you.
I love you too.
No,
so
no,
much
you gotta
fun.
say to both of us.
I
I
still
said it in
love-
Italian. I love you both.
Yes.
We
We
love
love
you
you
too.
too, babe.
Okay. What fun.
Taste buds, they coming to the mic, talking about the food they hate, talking about the food they like. Two fools gonna fight, but only one food can be right. Taste buds, man.